Hi class, my name is Leslie Martin and I am in the Strategic Communications 341 class for this semester, and today I will be presenting my advocacy speech. And the topic that I have chosen today to speak on is the topic of gay marriage equality in the United States. I chose this topic because it's very near and dear to my heart. I have some family members and some of my best friends who are gay or lesbian, and I feel the need to better inform the people in my life, um, and my classmates and anyone that I can reach out to on the truth and the real statistics on legalizing gay marriage in the U.S. So I'd like to start out by just bringing in a personal story from my life. My cousin and my best friend Hannah grew up just like me in a Christian home, Christian background, went to church every Sunday, and obviously gay marriage was frowned upon. It was not normal. A man and a woman should be married, not a woman and a woman or a man and a man. And as the years went on, Hannah actually came out to me and told me that she is attracted to women and that she is a lesbian. And as you can imagine, in my family, not everyone was so accepting of this. So I have taken it upon myself to better educate myself on gay marriage and what my stance was on it, because it was more of just an acquired stance that I had from my upbringing. But I wanted to figure out for myself where I stood. And I am for gay marriage after further research, which I want to share with you today. One of the biggest arguments that people bring against gay marriage is that marriage is between fundamentally a man and a woman. However, that is tradition. That has long been outdated. The place where that comes from is obviously the Bible, and we have gotten rid of so many traditions because time changes, people change, society changes, things change, and with that we must progress as a society. Whether or not you think that gay marriage is wrong or not, that is not up to you to decide. And that is not up to our government to decide on a state or federal level. That is up to the human to decide. And we can't say you can't marry this person, because if a heterosexual can marry someone, why can a gay person not marry who they want to marry just because they're attracted to the same sex? Another big reason is that the purpose of marriage is to procreate. A lot of people believe that. However, I don't know where that is stated. I don't know where that is a law, where that has come from, because many heterosexual couples physically cannot procreate. And does that mean that they are sinning because they can't, or that they are doing wrong because they didn't bring children into the world if they just decided that their lifestyles don't accommodate a child and that they're happy together but they don't really see the need to bring a child into this world? I don't know where it's written or said that that is a sin. And even if homosexual couples did want to be parents, they can be parents. They can adopt. They can do in vitro. And I know there is plenty of speculation. I have a couple articles here that say, the 10 arguments from social science against same-sex marriage. Children need mothers is one of the biggest reasons. And it says, among other things, mothers excel in providing children with emotional security and in reading the physical and emotional cues of infants. They give their daughters unique counsel as they confront physical, emotional, and social challenges associated with puberty and adolescence. However, I have some statistics and research done by Harvard here. They conducted some research, and their findings were that the 17-year-old daughters of sons and lesbian mothers were rated significantly higher in social, school, academic, and total competence, and significantly lower in social problems, rule-breaking, aggressive, and externalizing problem behavior than their age-matched counterparts. Adolescents who have been reared in lesbian mother families since birth demonstrate healthy psychological adjustment. And the same, that is for homosexual couples. So that this evidence you can't argue with. Harvard has conducted a study. Many people have conducted studies. All of the research I have come across, it's been the same. There is no evidence stating against that, there was a hindering in their social, emotional, or physical outcome just because they were raised by homosexuals and not heterosexuals. Another big issue in gay marriage is the economical benefit to both the state and the federal government. And many people who are against gay marriage don't look at this in this light, but I used to live in New York City, and I know personally that, and also through some research that I've conducted, that New York City's economy was boosted by $259 million in the first year of legalization of gay marriage. Gay marriage is known to boost tax revenue, and ultimately that could help curb the budget deficit that we have in America. And even on a local level, weddings bring in so much money for each state. The venues, the food, the decorations, the transportation, the hotels, everything, that all of that factored in brings a lot of revenue to each state, and it boosts economies. And lastly, I wanted to touch on the separation of church and state when it comes to gay marriage. I believe that it's fundamental in America that the separation of religion and church and whatever you may choose, because we have freedom of religion, which is an awesome right that we have in this country, but we have to keep that aside from our government, the separation of church and state. And I don't see how gay marriage is not applicable here, because if your judgment is that if you are coming from a Christian worldview, which I understand, I was raised in that, and I am a Christian. If you believe that gay marriage is wrong, separate the sin from the sinner. You can confront them and tell them, hey, what you're doing I do not approve of, but that doesn't mean that you judge them, that you treat them differently, that you take away their right to love who they want to love and marry who they want to marry. If you view that as sinning, then let them sin differently. We all sin. Sin is all the same in God's eyes, but we can't take away that right as a government. We can't take away an individual right. Here I have a map of the United States. 37 of the states do allow for gay marriage, and in the green are the ones that support gay marriage. And as you can see, we've progressed a lot as a country. We have, and we're almost there with completely legalizing it. It's obviously a state decision. But as I started off this speech with, this topic is very near to my heart because I have a cousin. I have many friends that are gay and lesbian, and I've seen them. I lived in New York, and my gay friends in New York were allowed to marry who they wanted to marry. And two of my best friends, they are both men. They married up two other men, but I have friends in other states who are not legally allowed to marry who they want to marry, and I think that is a shame, and I don't think that is up to us to decide whether or not you have a biblical confrontation with it or just a moral, whatever it may be. I believe that it is up to the individual to decide. It is an individual's fundamental right to love and marry who they want to marry, and not a government decision. So I hope that you all have been better informed and see where I'm coming from. And even if you don't agree, that's fine. I just wanted to shed some light on this topic because it's a very controversial topic in our society today. Thank you for listening.